Jerika Duncan joins us now from Moorhead, Kentucky. Jerika, we can hear the music behind you. Can you show us what is taking place there? What is the mood today as Kim Davis returns to work?
Well, as you can see, Kim Davis still has supporters that have been following her from the jail back here to the courthouse. Some of these folks have been out here since 6 o'clock this morning. As you mentioned, they're singing. They have signs up in support of Kim Davis. They have their Bibles in hand and are really out here to support this woman who now returned back to work today after being in jail for several days because she refused to uphold that court order in which she was expected to sign off on marriage licenses, including same-sex marriage licenses. Kim Davis, as you know, said that she did not agree with that it was against her religious convictions, and decided to go ahead and spend those 5 to 6 nights behind bars because she did not obey that court order. So today, as you just heard, she gave that 6-minute speech surrounded by law enforcement officials as well as her son, who is the deputy clerk here, and basically said that she would not intervene, but questioned whether or not those marriage licenses are valid because they do not have her authorization.
Well, Jerika, she also pointed out that those deputy clerks, they have no authority to issue the licenses. They have been doing so since she's been gone. Do we know, are those licenses valid?
That seems to be the dilemma and the question that we keep hammering to the governor's office, to the attorney general's office, in terms of what legal basis does this decision, the court order, say that these deputies technically now have the authorization to sign off on these licenses and make them valid. The governor's office, the attorney general has said that they are valid, but just saying that they are valid may not be enough in terms of pointing out where that is legally. Kim Davis has argued that she's asking for the legislature essentially to change the law so that it does authorize the deputies the legal authority to sign off on those marriage licenses, because according to her right now that is not the case. So that has been a constant back and forth. She said today that Judge Bunning, who issued that first order, or it was actually the third order that she didn't agree with there, but who issued the order, she was saying that he said in court he wasn't even sure. And then she today questioned whether or not the licenses without her signature are in fact valid. But I think the key thing here today is she said, if any of my deputies feel they must issue an unauthorized marriage license to avoid being thrown in jail, I understand their choice, their tough choice, she said, and I will take no action against them. And I think, you know, we're obviously here today to cover her coming back to work, not knowing whether or not she was going to ask her deputies not to issue these marriage licenses, which could end her back up behind bars. But it doesn't look like that's going to be the case today. She basically has said, I'm going to take a hands-off approach, but I am not going to sign anything, and I'm still questioning whether or not the documents that my deputies are signing are actually valid without her authorization.
Right, still a lot of legal questions yet to be sorted out. Jerika Duncan reporting from Moorhead, Kentucky. Jerika, thank you.